already we can see that the stand for all those coffins are ready, and we expect those coffins to be brought in here. But on the other side, at the wall of names, you have the president who is expected to go and lay a wreath, and my colleague Kaya is there. But as you know that the person who was the president of the ANC died in exile in Zimbabwe. I am going to be in conversation with the president of the Pan-Africanist Congress, Mzwanele Nyhontso, to tell us, because he went to Zimbabwe because the Zimbabwean authorities didn't want to release the remains of some of the people, and some of those people were PAC members. Let me speak to the Minister of Agriculture, but the leader of the Pan-Africanist Congress. I'm told you had to go to Zimbabwe because the Zimbabwean authority was saying, no, we are not releasing the remains, some of them.
Minister of Land Reforms and Rural Development, not Agriculture.
Land Reform and Development.
Yes. Yeah. Sophie, I was in Zimbabwe, but I don't want to lie. I am not aware of the Zimbabweans saying no without me. All I know is that the Minister of Arts and Culture asked me to go and receive the remains, not only of PAC, but all remains that were in Zimbabwe. I saw this, that is circulating, but I'm not aware of it. But all I can say, Sophie, is that as PAC, we are very happy, very grateful to the government that at last the families of our martyrs are going to find closure. Very grateful because at some point we wanted to exhume Nyati Pogela, who is the former PAC chairman in the external mission. And the Zimbabweans then were saying there's no need to exhume Pogela in Zimbabwe because Zimbabwe is Azania. And he's a hero of Zimbabwe too. And Zimbabwe is Africa. So why would we take him from Africa and bury him in Africa? They were also saying, because Pogela was given a state funeral in Zimbabwe, how sure are we that Pogela would be given a state funeral in South Africa? So we can't exhume him and come and bury him as a pauper in Azania.
But that's exactly, that was a bone of contention to say, we also want PAC to be here because you don't only have ANC.
No, that is true. And we're there. It's not only Pogela, there's also Edwin Makoti. I mean, the founder member of the PAC, and the former Secretary of Defense, whom Sabelo Pama took over from him, is also here. There's Mioli, who was a member of the High Command of Azanian People's Liberation Army. He's here. So yes, there was a close relationship between APLA and ZANU. So that's why I understood because we always had that relationship, and in fact at some point Mugabe said anyway Pogela was not only his comrade but his personal friend. So that's how Pogela was, and this man was the unifier. He did not only go to exile, he also spent years and years on Robben Island. And when he came to exile, he found a disintegrating PAC. He united PAC. He went to United Nations. He preached the gospel that South Africa must be sanctioned. And out of those meetings, he was frequently addressing in the United Nations. Apartheid was declared a crime against
humanity
because of Nyati Pogela. And the man was the man of his own words, the revolutionary Pogela, who said, armed or unarmed, let's go back to Azania.
Let's look at what he fought for. He fought for the land. Yes. Primary task was to ensure that black African majority, they have access to land. You are now the Minister of Land Affairs and Rural Development in the Government of National Unity. Clearly, you have to agree and reach consensus, but your responsibility as the PAC leader is to ensure that the dreams and the aspirations of the leaders of the PAC are fulfilled. Are you going to be able to ensure that this happens? Because the land restitution and access to land, there's a slow progress.
Yes, in fact, we are happy that when we retain Pogela's remains in Azania, PAC or I'm in charge of land reform, which is what they fought for, you are right. And we are going to make sure that land is returned to our people. In fact, only yesterday I was in KZN, immediately after landing from Zimbabwe, to hand over 36 title deeds, around 20,000 hectares of land to black people. And we are going to fast-track the land restitution process. We are going to fast-track the land, everything about it. And that's what we are doing, and we are going to achieve that. And in honor of these great men and women, we are going to achieve the land question.